Today, let's look at some of the most important metrics for e-commerce companies in 2021. If you like videos like this, do consider to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the notification bell. Every day we'll be launching new videos like this to help you to grow and scale your e-commerce business. Alright, so let's look into today's topic right now. So understanding the key of e-commerce metrics through 5 stages of customer journey. So what are the 5 stages? The first stage is of course discovery. The second stage is consideration. The third stage is conversion. The fourth stage is retention. And the fifth stage is advocacy. So today I'll be going through stage by stage so that you understand what are some of the metrics that will help you to track your e-commerce business. Now let's look at stage 1, product discovery metrics. So these metrics will help you measure your activities that help you create awareness and discovery. Alright, so in this stage, right, we actually have 3 metrics to measure this. Alright, the first one is impression, the second one is reach, and the third one is engagement. Impression. So simply put, right, impressions are the number of times your ad or piece of content is presented to someone. So for example, if you run an ad, either Facebook or Google will tell you that how many people actually saw the ad. Let's say if you put up an organic content, right, a post or video or something like that, Google will also let you know impression, the number of people that actually saw your content. So reach is the total number of followers and subscribers. All right, so basically it's the sum of all those who will see your content. So for example, if you have a Facebook page or if you have a Facebook group or even a YouTube channel or maybe an Instagram account, when you post a content, right, or you run an ad, right, they will tell you what is the reach, what is the potential number of people that is able to see your ad or your content. Engagement. Alright, so this is one of the very, very important key. Engagement is the intersection of your impression and your reach. It means how many of your followers and subscribers are engaging your content. Alright, so basically when you post up a content, you want to see whether this content is successful or not. Or even if you post up an ad, right, you want to see whether this ad is successful or not. How? By the engagement, by people liking, sharing, or even commenting on your post or your content. So let's look at stage 2. All right, stage 2 is the consideration metrics, or what we call acquisition. So now that your customers are aware of your brand, so let's define some metrics that measure getting them to your site. So these are the few things that we can consider. The first one is email click-through rate. The second one is cost per acquisition. The third one is social media engagement. So email is one of the easiest way, right, to actually grow your e-commerce business. I think I've mentioned before in one of my videos that building an email list is one of the best way, right, to actually grow your e-commerce business. Once you have this list, you also want to track your click-through rate. You want to track whether people actually engage to your content. All right, so the email click-through rate, right, is how many of your email subscribers who receive the email and open it click through to your website. By measuring this click-through rate, you can actually see whether is your content engaging, is your headline engaging. All right, so from all these little metrics, right, you can actually optimize accordingly. Now let's look at the cost per acquisition. All right, cost per acquisition is a marketing metric that actually measures the cost to acquire one paying customer on a campaign level. All right, to calculate the cost per acquisition, divide the total number of new customers acquired from the same channel and campaign. All right, so when you know your cost per acquisition, you know how much it costs to acquire one customer, right? Then you will know your profit margin. All right, so when you know your profit margin, and that's where the beauty is. All right, you know how much you can spend on advertisement to acquire as many customers as possible. All right, so let's look at social media engagement. Social media engagement measures the public shares, likes, and comments for an online business social media efforts. So with all these, right, you can actually know whether your content is trending. You can know whether this kind of content is something that people like, right, the market likes. So these are the top social media engagement KPIs you should track on a regular basis. Your likes per post, your share per post, your comments per post, and your clicks per post. So stage 3, let's look at the conversion metrics. All right, so now that you have a visitor to your store, this metric helps measure your performance in converting them from a store visitor to a paying customer. All right, so these are the few things that you want to track. Firstly, of course, is the shopping cart abandonment rate. Then, of course, you can check the checkout abandonment. Then, of course, you can also look at the average order value and also the sales conversion rates. The shopping cart abandonment rate. So this is a measure of how many people add something to your cart but leave your site without making a purchase. Right, so maybe somebody actually add the product into the e-commerce store but probably got distracted all right, probably got distracted. Maybe somebody asked him or her to do something else, or because when they decided to check out, right, they saw the shipping cost is actually very expensive, or maybe because of the price, right, inclusive of the tax, right, it becomes more expensive. That's also one of the reasons that they abandon your cart, right? So you want to understand, look at all these metrics and understand what is the issue, what is the problem that people abandon the cart. And from this, you can actually solve the issue, probably giving a discount or voucher to actually close the sale. So let's look at the checkout abandonment. All right, checkout abandonment is a metric of how many people leave your site without making a purchase, but only they begin the checkout process. So let's look at the average order value. All right, your average order value, AOV, right, is the average price your customers are paying for the items in the cart when they check out. All right, so what you want to do is that you want to increase the average order cart value. How? By upselling, downselling, cross-selling. All right, so when the person probably buying a laptop, right, you can actually upsell or cross-sell other items. For example, a laptop bag, or for example, other accessories as well. So this will actually help you to increase your margin for every sale that you acquire. This is also a very, very crucial metric, which is the sales conversion rates. Right, this is the total number of sales divided by the total number of sessions to your store. What you want to do is you want to optimize your e-commerce store or your landing page to make sure that the sales conversion rates are high. All right, so stage 4, let's look at the retention metrics. So the metric measures your ability to convert your first-time customer to a regular customer. All right, so this consists of customer retention rate, customer lifetime value, your refund and return rate, and the e-commerce churn rate. Now, I realize there are a lot of marketers or e-commerce business owners, they always like to market and acquire new customers. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But what you want to do is that when you understand these metrics, right, you can actually sell more to your existing customers. Why? Because they already trust your brand and your products, right? So you want to know how you can actually serve them better, all right, make them happy. And with these metrics, right, it's also easier for you to promote referral marketing, or even what we call the word of mouth marketing. All right, so customer retention rate, right? Retention rate is best defined as the percentage of customers you maintain as customers over a period of time. So you want to make sure that your customer continues to buy from you as long as possible. So this is customer lifetime value. Customer lifetime value is the total amount you earn from your customers over the length of their relationship with you. So you want to know what is your average customer lifetime value. So by understanding these metrics, right, you can know how much it costs for you to acquire customer and how much you can spend on marketing. Then of course, let's look at the refund and return rate. All right, this is calculated as a percentage of the total transactions that were refunded, returned during a period of time. Now, by tracking these metrics, right, you can understand the quality of your products. If you track your refund and return rate, you want to know what is the reason, all right? Because if the refund and return rate is high, then something might be wrong somewhere. You want to diagnose the problem, all right? Because one of the things that I strongly believe is that numbers don't lie, all right? Numbers will actually tell you the truth, and they will help you to improve your business over time. Let's look at the e-commerce churn rate. All right, so the churn rate is a metric to track the turnover of your customers. It measures the numbers of users lost over a given period of time. So when your customers decided to buy from your competitor or leave your business, it might be because of certain reason, right? It could be price, it could be that your competitor is offering better value. All right, so you want to know how your competitor is performing and how you can actually provide the better value to actually stand out from the rest of the competition. Stage 5 is advocacy metrics. So these customers are your gold mine, so better treat them as such. These metrics will help you measure the efforts you take to show that you care. All right, so the first one is net promoter score. The second one is the subscription rate. So customer retention rate, right, or what we call the net promoter score, is a survey that measures how likely your customers would recommend your products or service to a friend on a scale of 1 to 10. This is a score that you can actually track, right, to know the customer experience, all right, know whether your customer experience is world class. All right, so you can actually, from all these scores, you can actually see what are the areas to improve in your business. Let's look at subscription rate. All right, so the way we calculate the value is to take the number of subscribers who left the service in a given month and divide that by the number of subscribers you had at the beginning of the month. All right, so you want to make sure that your subscription rate is high as well. One of the reasons why I love subscription business is that you have recurring income every single month. All right, but the problem here is that you must take care of your customers so that they will continue subscribing your products or services from you. So in a nutshell, right, these are the 16 metrics that all e-commerce store owners should definitely use. Well, we covered like impressions, reach, engagement, email click-through rate, cost per acquisition, social media engagement, shopping cart abandonment rate, checkout abandonment, average order value, sales conversion rates, customer retention rate, customer lifetime value, refund and return rate, e-commerce churn rate, net promoter score, and last but not least, subscription rate. Now ask yourself this question: are you using the right metrics to actually measure your performance? So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Alright, don't forget to subscribe the button and turn on the notification. Some of you have been asking me, hey Jonathan, how do I work together with you? For those of you that are interested to work together with me, all you need to do is to fill up the application form below, and we will arrange an interview. Alright, so when we want to find out more about you and find out how we can actually help you to grow and scale your e-commerce business. Only when we are confident to deliver the results to you, we will take you in as a private client. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.